Okay, so picture this. A university that teaches millions of students but has no campus walls, no lecture halls you have to travel to. Today we're going to unpack the incredible story of Allama Iqbal Open University, or AIO, one of the world's biggest and most unique experiments in education.
Right off the bat, let's just start with a number that's, well, it's staggering. 1.4 million. That's how many students are enrolled at AIU right now. I mean, to put that into perspective, that's more people than the entire population of countries like Estonia. It's not just a university, it's a university on the scale of a small nation.
So, that immediately begs the question, right? How on earth is that even possible? How does an institution this massive actually function? And more importantly, how does it pull off its incredible promise of bringing an entire education literally to your doorstep?
Well, to understand the how, you've got to start with the why. And the entire philosophy, the whole reason this massive undertaking exists, really just boils down to three simple but incredibly powerful words: education for all.
Let's rewind the clock to 1974. At the time, the UK's Open University was this radical new idea that was working. So inspired by that, the Pakistani parliament did something truly visionary. They established AIOU. And this wasn't just another school. It was a huge leap of faith, becoming Asia's very first open university, built from the ground up on that one core principle of access for everyone.
In this quote, it tells you exactly who this was for. The university's official mission is, and I quote, "to provide educational facilities to people who cannot leave their homes and jobs." Just think about that for a second. This was never about competing with traditional universities. It was about creating a brand new path for millions of people who were completely locked out of that system.
Of course, a mission that bold needs a model that's just as revolutionary. They had to figure out a way to learn that just erased the boundaries, distance, time, daily life that stops so many people from getting an education. So let's get into how they actually built it.
The engine that makes this whole thing run is something called distance education. You know, it's a pretty simple idea, but it's a total game changer. Instead of you having to travel to a classroom, the books, all the knowledge, it all travels to you. So here's how it works on the ground. AIOU literally mails course materials and books right to your house. You study completely on your own schedule, after your job, after taking care of your family, whenever you can find the time. But it's not just stuff in the mail. The whole system is backed up by this huge network of 54 regional offices all over the country. This makes it a really cost-effective alternative, and by its very design, it's open to absolutely everyone. But here's what's really wild. The scope of what you can actually learn there is just as huge as the university itself. We're not talking about just a few specialized courses here.
The whole university is organized into 4 massive faculties, and I mean they cover pretty much everything under the sun. You've got Islamic studies, education, but also the hard sciences like IT and engineering, and of course, social sciences, everything from business to media studies. The variety is just incredible.
And this is the part that I think is just amazing. A student can literally start their entire academic life here with a high school certificate and then follow that path all the way through to earning a PhD. It's a complete world of learning, a one-stop shop for your entire education all in one place.
But beyond the mind-boggling logistics and the huge curriculum, this is where the story really gets its heart. Because the biggest impact of AIO isn't just the what or the how, it's the who. This is where that mission, education for all, becomes a truly world-changing force.
Right from the very beginning, the university had this one super clear, unapologetic goal: to actively boost female literacy in Pakistan. It was designed from the ground up to be a tool for empowerment, especially for women who faced cultural or economic hurdles to attending a regular campus.
And the result of that focus? Well, it's pretty stunning. Of those 1.4 million students we talked about, the clear majority are women. And let me tell you, that is not a coincidence. That is the direct, real-world result of a system built to tear down barriers and create opportunity right where it was needed most. And that commitment is just woven into its DNA. As the Dean of Education says, AIOU takes special initiatives for the underprivileged and marginalized segments of the society. This isn't just about handing out diplomas. This is about using education as a powerful tool for social change, giving people the skills they need to build a better future.
So, when you piece all of this together, the jaw-dropping scale, the revolutionary model, this incredible social impact, you see something more than just university. You see a promise that's been kept day in and day out for decades.
For over half a century now, AIOU has done exactly what it promised to do. It has proven that education for all doesn't just have to be some nice-sounding idea. It can be a practical, life-changing reality, and on a massive scale.
You know, the story of Allama Iqbal Open University is so powerful because it forces us all to ask a much bigger question. It shows us what's possible when we dare to completely rethink what a university can even be. And it leaves you wondering, what if learning, for everyone, everywhere, truly had no limits?